Let us discuss this example. Okay, so what we have to prove here, a is non-zero, then we have to prove that minus a inverse is equal to minus a inverse. That means minus sign comes outside when we take a inverse. This thing we have to prove. So let us start with the given thing. We have the given thing is a is not equal to 0. So this is a very important thing, basic thing. Getting? So a is not equal to 0, therefore a inverse exists. Getting? So a is not equal to 0, that's why its multiplicative inverse exists. So that's why we can talk about this one. Okay. So let us consider, see, I am going to consider minus a into minus a inverse. Okay, minus a into minus a inverse, which is equal to, so minus minus plus a into a inverse. See, this thing we have proved. Okay, this thing we have proved because minus a into minus b is equal to ab. This result we have proved in our previous video. So that's why we can write this is equal to a into a inverse 1 because a inverse is multiplicative inverse of a, is multiplicative inverse of a. So that's why we can write their product is 1. Getting? So therefore what we get, minus a into minus a inverse is equal to 1. So therefore minus a inverse is multiplicative inverse of minus a. We are getting the point. Since their product is 1, that's why we can say these are inverse of each other. Their product is 1. So that's why I can say this one is multiplicative inverse of minus a. But what is actual multiplicative inverse of minus a? But minus a inverse is multiplicative inverse of minus a. Inverse of minus a. Getting now? See, when we talk about inverse, simply we write raised to minus 1. So we get a multiplicative inverse. So by using that logic, we can say what is its multiplicative inverse? Minus a inverse. And we know one more thing, that multiplicative inverse is unique. That means only one. And multiplicative inverse is unique. Multiplicative inverse is unique. That means only one multiplicative inverse. We are saying this is a multiplicative inverse of minus a, and this is also multiplicative inverse of minus a, but multiplicative inverse of minus a is only one. So that's why these two are not different, these two are same. So therefore we can write minus a inverse is equal to minus a inverse. In this way we prove this result. Make a screenshot of it. After that we'll go for next example. Let us discuss this next example. Minus 0 is equal to 0. Maybe you will think it is very obvious. Getting? But using the results which we have studied, using the properties which we have seen, so we are going to use them to prove this one. Okay. So you know that 0 is additive identity. That thing I am going to use. We know that 0 is additive identity. That means if you add x in 0, you will have x, and this is true for all x belongs to R. So 0 is additive identity, that's why we can do this. Getting? So in particular, what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider x is equal to 0. Putting x is equal to 0. So what will happen if I put x is equal to 0? 0 plus 0, x is also equal to 0. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 we have got. Getting? So you know, when we write a plus b is equal to 0, we say b is multiplicative additive inverse of a and a is additive inverse of b. Okay, in that way. Just like 5 plus minus 5 is equal to 0. So minus 5 is additive inverse of 5 and 5 is also additive inverse of minus 5. By applying that logic, I can say, therefore 0 is additive inverse, this 0 is additive inverse of first 0. Getting? This 0 is additive inverse of first 0, just like this b is additive inverse of a. By applying that logic I can say, okay, but minus 0 is additive inverse of 0. Okay, what is additive inverse of 5? We say minus 5. That means simply we write minus in front of it and we write we call it as additive inverse. So therefore minus 0 is additive inverse of 0 and additive inverse is unique. Additive inverse is unique. That means there is only one additive inverse for each element. Here we are saying 0 is additive inverse. Here we are saying minus 0 is additive inverse. But additive inverse is only one. So that's why both of them are same. So therefore this minus 0 is same as this 0. So in this way we have proved this example. Make a screenshot of it. After that we'll go for next example. See, here we have to prove inverse, multiplicative inverse of 1 is 1. So maybe you will think it is obvious. Yeah, it is obvious, but we have to prove it, okay, using the results and property which we have studied. See, you know that the basic thing, a very fundamental thing I am going to use, that 1 is multiplicative identity. We know this thing. So therefore we can write, therefore x into 1 is equal to x, and this is true for all x belongs to R. So in particular, I am going to consider x is equal to 1, putting x is equal to 1. So what will happen, x is equal to 1 if I put? So 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Okay, so you know that when we write a into b is equal to 1, then we say b is multiplicative inverse of a and a is multiplicative inverse of b. By applying that logic, we can say 1 is multiplicative inverse of 1. 1 is multiplicative inverse of 1. Just like this one, 5 into 1 by 5. 5 will get cancelled and we will have 1. So we say 1 by 5 is multiplicative inverse of 5 and 5 is also multiplicative inverse of 1 by 5. So therefore, this one is multiplicative inverse of that one. Okay. See, but what is actually multiplicative inverse of 1? A inverse. Simply we write raised to minus 1, we get its inverse. So actually a raised to minus 1 is multiplicative inverse of 1. But multiplicative inverse is unique. Multiplicative inverse is unique. Getting now? So there is only one multiplicative inverse. So therefore these two are same. So therefore A1 inverse is equal to 1. So in this way we have proved this example. You understood now? So we are saying 1 is also multiplicative inverse of 1 and 1 raised to minus 1 is also multiplicative inverse of 1, but it is only one unique. So that's why these two are same. So in this way we have completed this example. Make a screenshot of it. After that we will stop. Thank you. Bye bye.